I guess also kind of related to that. So again, I talked about this some in one of my previous episodes. Looking at new versus dead point shoes. So dead meaning that, since these are materials that can break down and are natural, they do break down over time. So point shoes don't last forever. Sorry, parents, that you are going to have to buy new shoes. Do you have any insights on sort of when can someone determine like maybe this shoe is too dead for me, I should get a new pair, and things like that? Or can I there are also methods to revive the point shoes like jet glue or things like that to try to re-harden some of that glue that has broken down. Do you have any advice kind of based on what you've seen on, when can we still revive a shoe and is it worth doing that or is it advised to do that? And then when is a shoe just beyond and we need to go to the store and get a new fitting?
So, so first of all, a dead shoe looks different for every person. So when somebody takes your point shoe and then feels how the shoe feels and tells you that they're dead or not, that's not possible because for every dancer, it feels different. A dead shoe to one dancer may be perfectly fine to another and vice versa. So it's basically when the shoe is not able to give you the support that you need in order for you to execute the moves that you need to do. So for example, are you able to go from flat to releve the same way that you were able to when the shoes were new? Are you suddenly feeling something painful in your shoes? Are you sliding down? Are the wings and the box broken down so that it's no longer supporting your foot anymore and you're sliding down into the shoe? Are you falling forward or backwards? Are you not able to, when you're up on point, do you feel like all of that pressure is on the metatarsals because the shank and the box is breaking too low? So everyone's shoes kind of die a different way. Even between your left and your right, your shoes are going to die differently. But it's basically when it doesn't give you support somewhere in your feet. And for longevity purposes, there are hardening agents like jet glue or shellac, or there are other methods that you can make the shoe last longer. Most of these methods are not very effective once the shoes are already dying. So once it's dead, it's kind of just dead. And maybe you may be able to get another class or so after, but it's pretty much gone. So the best method is to take one or two classes, or if you like your shoes at the very beginning, jet glue when the shoes are brand new or after a couple classes, and then just add a little bit more at a time as the shoe starts to die to make the shoe last longer. So that, and also if you're wearing a traditional shoe, your shoes will break down with sweat. So if you sweat a lot in your feet, even if you're standing flat inside your shoes, that means your shoes are dying. So make sure that you're either rotating your shoes to make sure that your shoes are drying out completely, because your point shoes typically take 36 hours to dry, or you want to have like a little fan, like the nail salon little fans that you see. You can have that with your point shoes to make sure that it dries out in between classes.
I'm so glad you brought that up about the fact that they need to dry out because I think I've forgotten to mention that up until this point in any of my point shoe episodes. So, yes, so do not stuff them in your dance bag and zip it up.
Yes,
um,
exactly.
yes, and they, you can put them. I think I used to have like a mesh bag that then you can put your point shoes in like a mesh bag outside of your dance bag, keep them in there, so that they can properly air out. Take your toe pads out. Don't
Yes.
store your toe pads in there also, because then, like you said, you sweat a lot and that moisture gets in your toe pads, and keeping them stored in your shoes will just make the breaking down happen even faster. So yeah, I'm so happy you brought that up. And then also, what was the other thing you said? Oh, rotating. Yes, that's another excellent tip. Again, if you are able to have two pairs of shoes, maybe if I guess would you say like if that's more recommended if your feet have stopped growing to get more than one pair of shoes at a time, or what would you say?
I would say so if you're stopped growing or if you go through your shoes faster. So if you're
Yeah.
at a higher level studio where you are going through at least a pair a month or a couple pairs a month, then definitely rotating between two pairs would be actually it'll cost you less in the long run.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. So that's another kind of thing I have not mentioned up until this point. So yeah, storing them. somewhere where it can get air, and dry out, and then, yeah, ideally having at least 2 pairs to kind of switch back and forth, so that, you can make them last a little bit longer. Yeah, thank you so much. That's perfect advice. I'd forgotten to mention all that up until this point.